Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. Frozen, neck is frozen, catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling, check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing.
All right, we're taking flight, baby. Let's go. That's right, the new ride for the channel is the Skydio 2 self-flying drone. This drone is awesome. So before we get into all that, man, I would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year is around the corner. I hope everybody has a great Christmas, a great New Year. Spend time with your friends and family. And like, subscribe, and share to the channel. Also join the Facebook group, Get It Out the Mud 901. So right here is the first flight. Go to Sugar Creek Trails, a little place we like to ride. Pull up, pull the drone out, take off, boom, it's flying. It's flying itself. I bought the Beacon remote. I'm not going to say a controller because it really doesn't control this drone, but it does have a little bit of control aspect to it. But it is a Beacon remote. Its GPS is to the drone, and this drone tracks you crazy. Watch this. Watch, almost hits the tree. You think it that's gonna go right around that thing. So it's got crazy obstacle avoidance. This is the Skydio 2, and the drone is just sick, dude. It's crazy. It dodges everything. I looked into the DJI. Everybody's got a DJI. They do have a self-tracking mode, but it's just not as good as the Skydio 2. I did a lot of research and waited till my channel got to the point where it needs to be. We're monetized now, we're making some money, and I figured it's time to spring for a drone and get those shots. Like, see here, I can move this drone left, right, back, forward, follow me all the way around, from the front, from the back, just with the click of a button on that beacon. This is not a full in-depth tutorial of the Skydio 2. This is just my first flight, you know, letting everybody in the Facebook group and the YouTube page see the new ride, what I've been talking about. I mean, we're going to get the crazy shots with this drone. Like I said, it's got a few different features on the beacon, a few different preset modes. It's got an orbit mode. You can fly it manually with the beacon, but it will only go left, right, forward. You can spin it around in a circle. You cannot go backwards when you fly it manually with the beacon. So with that being said, down the road I will definitely get the controller so we can actually take control, full control of this drone, because right now it just flies itself and it's just so scary trusting this thing. So I'm hitting the plus button. It's got a plus and minus, and it records you from different distances. This is going out, and you can bring it in close, so it gets up in the tree. So I'm like, oh man, I'm freaking out. All I can think is seeing that money bag up there flying in the tree, and it's about to get stuck, and nope, it just goes right around it. It avoids the branches altogether, which is just so crazy. You can see I jump out of the truck quick. I'm like, oh, we're fixing to lose it first flight. So I hit the minus button, I bring it back down. Bring it back down to earth. Come on back down to daddy. Don't you fly away like that. Yeah, girl. This is droning mode. Tap the Skydio button 2 times simultaneously on the beacon remote. Boom, and it just keeps going out. Now this will stop at a certain distance and come back in, but what I did here is I hit the button to cancel because I didn't know when it was going to stop. It's kind of windy this day, cloudy, chance of rain. I really took a big chance taking this thing out like I did this day, but even with the wind, it just did its thing. It's just unbelievable how effortless this is flying this drone. I just couldn't believe it. So we'll definitely get the remote. You can fly it with your phone as well. You don't have to have the beacon. You don't have to have the controller. You can fly this drone with your phone, with the app. The phone app has more presets. It has a rocket mode, which the drone hovers directly over you and it shoots straight up in the air. Camera points straight down, and it'll go real high, give you that nice landscape shot. Of course, it's got droney mode, which you see me just do. On the phone, you have a cyclone mode, a tornado mode, and it does these different, tricks and camera views while it's filming you and staying locked on you. So probably, check out the phone too. You can have the phone and the beacon hooked up at the same time as well, and it just gives you that much more tracking. So the drone comes back in. I sent it out, went to the top of the hill there. Seen that, it kind of avoided all the brush and stuff. So yeah, man, I looked into the DJIs. This drone wasn't cheap, and the DJI is a lot more expensive by, if you want the best one, it's more expensive by at least $1,000. But this thing here is not cheap by any means. This is the GoPro of drones, other than you can't get it wet. This drone can crash. Don't get me wrong. I've seen videos of it going down and crashing. I've seen one YouTube guy, he crashed, it went into some water, it basically ruined the drone. Skydio did send him a new drone because it was the drone's fault. Just had some type of mishap or whatever. But it's just like anything else. You want to update it when it needs update. You want to check that before you do every flight, because they're always updating the software, just like your phones. So keep it updated, and keep it where it needs to be, and it's pretty much gonna do its thing. I know at some point, someday, I will crash this drone. You can see we're taking it easy right now. We're in a fairly open area. I am going to take this drone down some trails, some tight trails with me. At some point, let the new wear off. Once the new wears off, you already know how it is. You're going to send it, right? As long as it's new, we want to keep it new for a minute. We want to put this thing to work, get our shots, and upgrade this channel, man, and upgrade our videos. And this is going to be a great addition to the videos, and it's going to open the door for other videos that's not necessarily all off-roading and riding, because we do a little bit of everything on this channel. At some point we will, get it out the mud as a way of life. It's not necessarily all about getting muddy and riding. It's about coming from the bottom and rising to the top, man, and believing in yourself and doing something you love and making something out of it. That's what we're all here. Try to do something we love in life. So this is the orbit mode. I flipped it over on the LCD screen. You got some little options on there. You go to orbit, boom, click the button, and it's just going to spin around. Now you can do orbit mode while you're in motion, which is awesome. I mean, just think about the shots you can get, and you can speed it up to, I want to say, about 19 miles an hour in orbit mode, all the way down to maybe 6 or 7 miles an hour. The drone itself will fly up to 38 miles an hour, which is plenty fast enough for, any type of off-roading we're doing with the ATVs and side-by-sides. And I mean, even driving your truck, down the road, almost do 40. Keep it around 35, it's going to track you. Here we go, droney again. Hit it twice, send it out. I mean, look at the landscape. We got the sunset in the background, and I get nervous and bring it back. Not just yet, baby. We don't trust you like that. No, sir. I couldn't imagine, being in a new Tesla, and that drives itself, and trusting that vehicle to drive itself. It's kind of like where you're at with this drone. It's like you have a little control over it, but not fully until you get that remote or that controller and you switch it over to manual flight. Even in manual flight with the controller, the obstacle avoidance is always turned on. So it will not, I ain't gonna say will not, it will dodge, duck, dive, and dodge, and duck and dive any obstacle and pretty much go around it. Like I said though, it will crash. I've seen it, but you really got to work on it if you want to crash it. It's not that easy to crash. So we switch it to manual right here. Just kind of left and right, looking around, trying to figure out the remote a little bit right here. But we're gonna jump back in the truck, swing it around. You see how I just hit that button one time? I just went back to track, boom, and I hit it, and that thing just spun around, locked right back on me. And in the truck, taking off, hands-free, no worries, no learning nothing. It's almost goof-proof. I mean, it's gonna be perfect for the channel. We're gonna get some sick shots with this thing. I'm hoping. Here we go, a little half sand. I'm hoping we get some good snow like we did last year, and we can hit downtown and hit the city with the drone. That would be pretty damn sick, riding downtown with this thing, getting some of these crazy shots. So man, we're just having fun in the Gladiator. I ain't really got to see my truck like this in this type of view. It's just amazing watching it back. I had to do this voiceover because I had my GoPro on, but I had a faulty memory card in, and it was recording, but it didn't record nothing the whole time because the memory card had an error on it. So I had to come back and do this voiceover dub on the video, but we made it work. Definitely get that memory card swapped out. So yeah, we're just hitting some more water here, and we're gonna pull over here where we was before, and we're gonna go pretty much full drone mode, full droning. I believe it would have went out a little further, but I'm just testing the waters here, man. I would hate for this thing to take off and not come back home. That worries me. I ain't gonna lie. It's just so weird. Like, you ain't got it on the string. If it's going, it's going. But it's coming back. Just got to get used to that. It's like a boomerang. So we're gonna send it up right here as furthest I took it the whole time. So here we go. Double click the button and droney. We're getting it out the sky now, baby. Now look at that shot. Look at where people been doing donuts down there by the truck. The sun beaming on the trees, the hillside over there. I mean, look at that. I mean, we're gonna get some beautiful shots with this drone. And the battery lasted I got about 17 minutes of footage with this battery. It says you get anywhere from 22. It was only about 90% charged, so we'll definitely get some more batteries for this drone. Maybe 2 or 3 more batteries. I'm not gonna be flying this the whole time. We'll be GoProing it most of the time, but we will pull this drone out for certain footage and certain times when we're trail riding. It's just gonna be a lot of fun. Right here, we're gonna switch it over to manual. So I'm gonna land it on the bed cover of the Gladiator, and so I switched it to manual. Pressed up, flew it up straight. get it where I need it here. I'm kind of adjusting it. I'm going to spin it around so it's kind of looking at me before it goes down. I didn't realize this till watching the video back, but when you land it, you press this hold square button, it's going to come down and start landing. The gimbal is going to look down, and it's going to look straight down at what it's landing. The case has a design on it that it comes in. You can set the case down, it will detect that design and land on that case all by itself. So this is going to be awesome. But yeah, man, like, subscribe, and share the channel. Get it out the mud 901. Let's go.
Diamonds playing, Carol singing, favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen. Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the trees, put the lights up. 'Tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this. Y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, Carol singing. Favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, Carol singing. Favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back. Merry Christmas, everybody.